What's up, Hoop fans? We're back with another video analysis. Today, we have something special for you. We've teamed up with my friends over at Shot Clock for an exciting collaboration. If you love in-depth analysis and expert insights, you're in for a treat. My friends at Shot Clock will be reacting to and analyzing one of our previous videos on Ergin Ataman's playbook, which led him to win the EuroLeague last season. They'll be breaking down the plays, discussing key moments, and providing their own insights on what makes his playbook so effective. Before we jump into the analysis, we want to give a huge shout out to Shot Clock. They're true basketball junkies providing tons of amazing content for fans like you. They're very close to hitting 30K subscribers, so let's give them a boost. Make sure to subscribe to their channel and support their work. You won't regret it. All right, let's get started.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Shot Clock, and the squad is back talking about playbook of Coach Ataman. You know, the Lord of the Rings of the modern EuroLeague.
Yes.
is based on his simplicity, his leadership, and some crazy stuff, I could say, that we will go through the details of them in this video. We are guests again in Baskethead channel,
yes.
So make sure to like this video and subscribe.
Absolutely.
And of course, Prodromos will introduce us in order to know us better. Why are we guests in Baskethead? Why are we analyzing Ataman's playbook, etc.?
Yeah, so as we said in the previous video, for those who did not already check this out, you have to go check it out, the video about Bartzokos' playbook. We're Shot Clock, we're a podcast from Greece. We're making our second attempt now.
Maybe last.
We will see. In English, we're generally a Greek podcast, but we're transitioning.
Yes.
You will maybe see us soon transitioning in English. Who knows? Of course, we did not. We failed to introduce last time the third member of this podcast.
Yeah, it's
the great Nala,
who
is the manager.
Nala Bibi.
Nala Bibi. Yeah.
As you can see.
So yeah, pretty much that's it about us. We worked with Baskethead. He's a great guy in two videos, I think, in our channel.
Yes.
During the playoffs, and now we're coming as guests here. We're so happy for this, and we thank.
Yeah,
of
and
course.
I think more to come.
More to come
in this segment. In this segment, and when we are thinking about Coach Ataman, I think that the first couple of words that comes to mind is winner, simplicity, and NBA style of play, guard-oriented offense. This is the basic principles of an offense that a lot of people think that it is not that complex, but in reality, it has a lot of duties to certain players, define roles, define distances, and I think that this is what I call the most NBA-like offense in Europe. In modern basketball, I think that it is a little bit of overrated to, swing the ball all the time. I think the secret is to find the best matchup, the best mismatch, the best fit for your offense. And as Mike D'Antoni once said, when Harden has the ball in his hands, I already have the advantage. It's time for the defense to adjust.
React, yeah.
This is what Coach Ataman teaches all over Europe the last 7 or something years. With Vasa Misic, with Shane Larkin, and lately with Kostas Lukas and Kendrick Nunn. As Ataman said, he cannot play basketball, so he needs guards that can play his style of play in the best possible way. So I will say that this offense is a plain pick and roll oriented, spread pick and roll offense.
Yeah, I mean the general, let's say, words that come out of the mouth when you talk about Ataman and Panathinaikos are those exact words that you used. In general, I think that an offense like this, a system like this, needs players with very high IQ in all positions. Players that, as you said, know exactly their role, know their 3, 4, 5, 6 situations that they will get the ball and what to do with the ball. And after that, it's all, let's say, work in progress, real time, executing. That's why I think Ataman is a bit harsh, let's say, sometimes with his players where they do not perform.
You don't get your role, you get your bench.
Yes. That's the spirit of Coach Ataman. And that's why I think generally he, let's say, communicates these things to the media in a certain way. He likes, let's say, to put the pressure in on the good player's shoulders, to make him realize what goes wrong and what goes right, and from that to develop until you get the championship. That's the story most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. When we're thinking about the spread pick and roll offense, I'm thinking about 2 specific players, basically 3, that make the whole difference and make the whole magic happen. We talk about Kendrick Nunn with excellent pick and roll reads for creating for himself. Mm-hmm. Maybe the most aggressive player we have ever seen in Europe. When Kendrick Nunn has the ball in his hands, it's something different. It's a different dimension. Possibly the difference will collapse, trying to force the ball out of Kendrick Nunn's hands. The second is the gravity that Kendrick Nunn has when he has the ball in his hands. The second player is Kostas Loukas. I think Loukas may be one of the 2, 3, in the worst scenario, 5 best playmakers in the last decade in Europe. Pick and roll maestro at its best. The third one, and the least talked about, I think it's the screening and rolling and finishing of Matthias Lesor.
Yes.
So the first question for the basic principles of Coach Ataman pick and roll offense is Matthias Lesor a focal point or a recipient of Kostas Loukas and Kendrick Nunn's majesty?
So Matthias Lesor is a player that does not create for himself, so he needs a guard to create from here for him.
That screens are not
yes, but
enough to say that.
That was where I was going. Setting a good screen is an underrated, let's say, element in basketball in 2024, and Matthias Lesor does it best, or with some of the best. He's at the top on this. So even if you cannot say that Matthias Lesor is the focal point of this offense, when Matthias Lesor gets 8 dunks in a game against Real Madrid, 6 games before the regular season ends, isn't that something impressive? Yeah. I mean, when you adjust to guard Kostas Loukas, Kendrick Nunn, and all the other players, but those 2 mostly, and the defense shifts and gravitates towards cutting them from making a basket for themselves, then Matthias Lesor gets to the roll, gets an easy dunk, can create through the short roll where the low man tags him, passes the ball to the corner for an open 3. That was new. We did not know that he can do that, and starting the season, it seemed like it was hard for him, but he easily adjusted, especially when Kendrick Nunn came to the team.
Each year, Lesor gave us something to know about him.
Yes, for sure.
With Coach Obradovic, we saw that it's not just hustling, it's just not pure athleticism, it's more than that. And with Coach Ataman, we saw that together with hustling, together with pure athleticism, together with excellent finishing and screening, we saw a player that can play and make for himself and create for others. It was an excellent season for Lesor.
For sure.
Going back to Ataman's playbook, I would say that we should not check the positions in this kind of play style, but we should check the roles. I think that he needs a ball mover. He found him in the person of Jerian Grant. He needs a pick and roll ball handler. He found it in Kostas Loukas. He needs a dominant offensive force. He found it in Kendrick Nunn's face. And then he needs the physical beast, the physical specimen that can make the difference in all the little plays, the screening, the hustling, the rebounding. This is Matthias Lesor.
Yes.
And the 4 position is kind of versatility and spacing. This is Chris Singleton in FS. This is Juancho Hernangomez in the second part of the season. This is Dinos Mitoglou in the first part of the season. So, having said all this, I think that we can start the ATAMAN'S playbook evolution discussion, where every single pick and roll against Real Madrid in this game, with Eddie Tavares dropping because it's Eddie Tavares, was punished with fears from Kendrick Nunn and Kostas Loukas.
And we can see already from the first action that although the drop defense was in effect, it was a high drop defense. You saw Tavares, you saw Poirier coming up high, so they had to control the guard so Facundo Campazzo will not get exposed.
Yeah, if Tavares is not coming for Nunn is coming for blood. So there's no second to think there. If you're not above the, let's say, free throw line, you are punished by
that's an easy pull-up 3 or even a pull-up mid-range.
The NBA 3.
The NBA 3, yeah. And even then, when the defense collapsed in other highlights that we see, you can see the pass to the corner and then to the cutter, Matthias Lesor for an easy layup, for an easy dunk, that were easy reads for this level of players. And I think Real couldn't really handle this. No, even in this game, even in the finals, it seemed like the slow legs of the big men were punished every time, as you said.
Is there a way to stop this kind of offense? And I mean, Olympiacos tried to stop Kendrick Nunn in the finals. I think Kendrick Nunn had 25 points in the second half of the game 4.
Yes.
So Olympiacos had a plan to stop Kendrick Nunn and effectively did in game 5, but it was so focused on stopping Kendrick Nunn where you leave Kostas Loukas in a 4-3 situation. Yes. He had like 25 points in the first half. And this is the recipe of Coach Ataman.
Yes.
Pick your poison. You want to blitz or double in Kendrick Nunn's choices. Then you got the excellent Kostas Loukas making the plays. You want to play one-on-one. Then you have Kendrick Nunn feasting against the vendors. You want to play drop, the guards will punish you. You want to play switch, then everything unfolds in different situations. It's a simple style of play, but with the right personnel, it's maybe the most dangerous style of play that we see in Europe the last.
Yes.
I think it's Fener of Obradovic in 2017 with Bogdan Bogdanovic and Vesely and Ludo and Kostas Loukas there. And then it's Ataman's playbook. This is Ataman's playbook, winning playbook.
And I would like to underline the right personnel because that's the most important thing. You need two top-level guards to execute this. You have, of course, in Panathinaikos, Kostas Loukas, Kendrick Nunn, and now Lorenzo Brown.
Yes.
We cannot forget about Lorenzo. We will see how the year will unfold. I would say that the only thing that you can do is force the ball to go to the four, to the guy playing the four, which is not always a great thing. We will see later some highlights about this, but when you have Nunn against you, you have Loukas against you, you have Lesor against you, you had Marius Grigonis on the weak side, who can get the open three and make it.
Flamethrower from the corner.
44%
real
clip,
sniper.
I think this year. It was crazy. That's a thing that about the guy playing the 4, either Juancho, either Dinos Mitoglu, that I would like to see this year Ataman trying to unfold more offensively, let's say in a more consistent way. Not that we did not see the 4 scoring. Dinos Mitoglu did it the first 2 months and at the great efficiency.
Yes.
But then, of course, things have changed a bit. If Ataman can do that for the guys playing the 4, this seems unstoppable.
Yes, I would like to see Coach Ataman utilize a bit more of Juancho Hernangomez.
Yeah, for sure.
In offense, because Juancho is not an offensive, a premium offensive player, but he can score.
Yes,
he can
for
shoot.
sure.
And I would like to add, he had the Spain actions, he had the Danilovic cut. I would like to see some maybe rams that Olympiacos run for Petrusev, to see Juancho in this kind of situation. I would like to see more, Juancho in actions that can shoot, maybe staggers for Juancho. We see right now, just before the Olympics, Juancho had 18 points against Puerto Rico in the first friendly that he played without being injured, and he took 11 shots. I think that in Panathinaikos maybe were 3 to 5 games that he shoot that much. Let's get to the next one. Pick and roll, spread pick and roll, the basic action and the main action.
Yeah.
In reality. But there are tricks. It's the Spain pick and roll. We have discussed it all over the year. Basket had a lot of videos for the Spain pick and roll. Let's see the stagger entry action of Coach Ataman. We saw Ioannis Papapetrou being crucial in Maccabi series, where he played the 3, he played the 4. He was acting like the floor spacer, the attacking the closeout guy that in reality Panathinaikos needs him to be, and will be, I think. A healthy Ioannis Papapetrou is that kind of guy. But we see in this action stagger entry, stagger screen. We talked about it in Barzoka's playbook too. It's for shooters. I like this trick from Coach Ataman.
This is a great trick.
Where is stagger to ram, and in reality, it's a decoy. Papapetrou is a decoy for Kostas Loukas to make his own magic after a pick and roll with Papapetrou. In a different situation, we have seen Papapetrou going down and post. Maybe not in this game, Musa, but smaller guards.
Yes.
I think it is an excellent play for a premier playmaker like Slukas, because in reality he got empty side against not the biggest defenders. So Slukas can shoot, can create, and can go to the basket.
There are many variations to this.
Yeah.
That's what I like a lot. I mean, Papapetrou, of course, did some great things through the stagger. And when teams are switching after the ram, it's an easy post-up for Papapetrou, because it's his game. He can go back to the basket against smaller guards easily and finish. Great shooters can come off and just shoot the ball like Marius Grigonis. We saw Jaron Grant coming like insanely fast through the stagger, go to the handoff and attack the rim immediately, because at this point you have 4 defenders above the free throw line. Yeah. It's crazy space. This is crazy space for a guy with that agility, with that with those handles like Jaron Grant, and of course Slukas and Nan. But generally the situations for this are great. Even after the handoff, the shortcut cut to the basket, get a lob dunk, get a clear layup, and even if the defense plays great and eventually helps from the strong side, you can pass the ball again out for an open 3. There are so many options to this.
Yes.
I loved it. I really loved it.
And I think Ataman takes less credit than he deserves for his tricks inside the games.
Yeah.
And I think he talks about it, that he's not interested in having 25 different variations of the one play. it's a different philosophy. It's an NBA style of play. When I see FS, when I see Panathinaikos, I'm feeling that I'm seeing an NBA game.
Yeah,
and I remembered last night that a lot of people, when we said that Ataman is an NBA kind of coach, a lot of people said that no, it's not reality, etc. This year, with Greek people coming into realization of what is about for Coach Ataman, a lot of people send us a message that now we understand what you're saying, and now we understand that it is a playbook. It is not just go and play, just go. It is a playbook that requires roles, distances, discipline, and excellent guards. And it seems like Luka Vildoza, it was not what Ataman wanted. Let's go to the flex action, an action that Ataman loves from FS years.
For sure.
So, we talked about Barzokas flex as a design for Mustafa Fall. Mm-hmm. We will talk in a whole different scenario for flex offense as a tool to utilize Kostas Loukas' majesty in pick and roll. Here in this action, we see Loukas making the magic happen, and from the moment that Loukas has the ball in his hands, everything can happen. He can go to middle pick and roll with Dinos Mitoglu. We see that Loukas gives the ball to Mitoglu in order for Mitoglu to shoot, because he's guarded by Eddie Tavares in a drop position. Mm-hmm. Mitoglu easily finds Kendrick Nunn in one of the most easiest ISO positions he can ever get against the old man Sergio Yul. Yeah. But in reality, Slukas could shoot, Slukas could provide some offense in every different aspect. In the next play, we see the same action from Coach Ataman for Vasily Misic and for Rodrigue Boubois, maybe for Shane Larkin. There are very different variations in this situation, and everything that we can take from this is that flex offense has so many variations. Even in 2024, we saw Steve Kerr utilizing it for posting Wiggins.
Yeah, that was
so
crazy.
Flex offense was designed, I don't know, maybe it was innovated in 1975, I don't know. And it is a tool for utilizing Slukas in Coach Ataman's playbook, for utilizing Fall in Barzokas playbook, for utilizing a small forward to post up in Steve Kerr's playbook, and a lot of this magnificent stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to add really. It's flex offense really unlocks everybody on the floor, or maybe can unlock everybody on the floor. Like in the initial play we saw, Dinos Mitoglu could take this three. He was wide open. He chose to give the ball to Kendrick Nunn. You can isolate the side. Even Nunn could go for the handoff at the 45 degrees and play on the empty side the pick and roll. Kostas Loukas can find a way to the basket in the initial action. He can even not pass the ball to Dinos Mitoglu and go for the handoff on the 45 degrees and then, let's say, cut to the basket to empty the side for a pick and roll on the other side, now that the defense is misguided. All these actions we can really see, even in the flex offense and the previous ones, that are designed in a way to create a disadvantage.
Yes.
To create an advantage for Panathinaikos and, of course, a disadvantage for the opponent's defense. And you need high IQ players to just read those, execute those, and, of course, take shots in big moments. That's also in play.
And not only high IQ players, I think a key word is versatility.
For sure.
You need players that can dribble, can penetrate, can shoot, can post, like Mitoglu can do a lot of things.
Yes, we discussed this a lot.
Yes.
For Panathinaikos, the key on the roster construction was that players could play multiple positions by doing different things. And that goes along with what you said starting. It's not really a position that we're talking about. We're talking about a role. So what he does on the court and how does it fit with the next guy, that's the whole philosophy behind this.
Yeah, and in all these kind of plays, there are, I think, two players that we can distinct their role. The one is Kendrick Nunn, because when everything is stuck, you can give the ball to Nunn and let him go. Let him do something that makes sense for everyone.
Yeah.
And the other player, I think it's Marios Grigonis, who is quite critical in his role, because when everything goes bad, it will be Grigonis standing in the corner.
Yes.
45% day in and day out. I really like players like Grigonis who fit in their role. You know, he's not something excellent, but in this role, in this playbook, in this kind of play style, with Slukas, with Nunn, he makes sense. He makes sense. And this is why he renewed in a big contract.
Of course. And it was a whole thing starting the season. How can he fit in this team with those dominant guards? And then Kendrick Nunn even coming. And he was traditionally, let's say, a combo guard. Now can he play the three? Can he be the third guard in this team? And he did it exceptionally, and kudos to him, of course.
And I think he feeds off the gravity of Slukas and Kendrick Nunn.
For sure, everybody does.
Ataman has read the situation, you know, like a Josh Green feeding of Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving gravity. This is Marios Grigonis in Coach Ataman's playbook. And let's get to, did you know that Coach Ataman it's in his preferences to move the ball too?
Yeah.
Did you know it? Yeah. So the shuffle action, where it is not something that is, predefined. It's just many actions in variety in order to find the best option for the offense, which is probably a shoot for Kendrick Nunn or a shot for Kostas Lukas.
Yeah.
But many different hands touching the ball.
So what I love about this action, it's a shuffle to screen the screener action. It's that it creates, let's say, it puts the defense in a way to decide multiple things in a short time. Like when you screen for Dinos in the highlight video we just saw, Dinos can even pop out and get an easy pass if, let's say, the other guy does not interrupt the passing lane. He can easily cut to the basket. Then if Nunn reacts to this instantly, he makes the defender think twice, because if he goes, let's say, fast towards the three-point line to stop the possible shot, he can fake and then cut to the basket, and then he can even shoot, he can go for the pick and roll, he can go for a DHO on the other side, now that the whole defense seems a bit confused after all this. So this adds up to the whole thing that we're describing.
And we know that Coach Ataman will continue running the spread pick and roll offense until the sun rises from the west.
Yeah, for sure.
And he probably gonna win more championships with that. But I think that the extra tricks that he does inside the games during the season, in another player that we haven't seen, like Luka Vildoza in the second quarter of the EuroLeague final, after exploiting him for different and various reasons, like he's not very good playing against Kolossos, but suddenly he's one of the best players in the final in the second quarter. So these kind of tricks are what make Ataman just different, I would say. And, the future unfolds in a great way if we saw more actions, like we said before, for the power forwards, and especially for this guy, Juancho Hernangomez. Here, a patented Danilovic cut from Juancho. I think it's 1-of-1. Whenever we see this action for Juancho Hernangomez, it's always a basket. We saw it in the Final Four final against Real again. Juancho is a great cutter, so
Yes,
the utilization of him in this kind can make things happen for Panathinaikos. But the one play that I think it's for Juancho and for Mitoglu maybe too, it's this one where Juancho fakes the screen, he gets out, and this is an open three. Here a pick and pop with Vildoza, this is an open three. Here a pick and roll with Slukas, this is an open layup. Juancho can do a lot of different stuff after pick and roll or in different kind of actions, and I think it is a player that we will see utilized more in the next year as Coach Ataman, tries to find the best solutions around Slukas Nanen, of course, Lorenzo Brown.
Yeah, for sure. Both him and Dinos are, I think, going to be utilized more efficiently. Not, let's say, take a big load all of a sudden, because that will not happen in the system, but to be utilized more efficiently. Juancho is a high IQ player. Dinos is also. Besides the Danilovic cut, we saw a fake flex that Juancho cut it over and got an easy basket. He can pop. He can come out of the screen. He's a big guy for this position. He's not the most physical one, but you don't really need it. You need a guy that has high IQ, who knows when to cut into space, who knows when to shoot, and of course, who is a great defender. Dinos has also a bit of all of this, but also other stuff. He can put the ball down and go with his back to the basket sometimes, and he can shoot the mid-range also. He's very efficient of that. So we can see that if these guys can unlock the game and be more efficient even, there's no stopping this. You just hope that it's a bad night for the primary ball handlers.
We're talking about the European champions.
Yes, for sure.
And we're talking about the European champions leading by a guy who has 4 EuroLeagues for Kostas Lukas.
Yes.
Who is coached by the most winning coach in the last decade in EuroLeague basketball. So one thing for Panathinaikos is that they know how to win right now, and all of a sudden they are in the era of Kendrick Nunn, the number 1 player in Europe. So I think either way or another, Panathinaikos and Coach Ataman playbook is a definition of a team that goes for the championship and is the definition of the team to beat. If you want to be the EuroLeague champion, you got to go over this great burden. And I think that's all for today.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching this, I could say,
Mini
in-depth analysis of Coach Ataman playbook. Make sure to like and subscribe to Baskethead. Make sure to like and subscribe Shot Clock, of course, and we will be back sooner rather than later with our friend Baskethead making his magic. Oh, malaka.